BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hello and welcome to BodyBags. My name is James and I'm your Sunday night reviewer. And this evening I decided to bring you one of the Oats Studios shorts, which is a production company set up by Neill Blomkamp, notably of District 9 fame. Elysium and Chappie and other bits and pieces, the South African director. So this is the first production, I think, from this particular studio. This was produced in 2017, I think. This is one of only two that I've seen, both produced in 2017. So there's Rakka and Zygot. So this is the first one, as I mentioned. They don't follow sequence. They're totally different movies, but I will do a review of that one soon because I thoroughly enjoyed that one. So this is Rakka. So we have the world. It's basically been a huge invasion, and humanity is losing massively. It's by the billions the death. You have these kind of lizard type creatures. They're kind of terraforming the planet, and they're building these huge structures that alters the atmosphere. It alters the air that they breathe, the heat to the planet. It's completely changing it. Like they're terraforming it to become their own. And they're deciding to experiment on humans while they have the opportunity to. So yeah, it's split into a couple of parts. This so we're following. There's this narration by this character called Sarah. How it's narrated, it really does bring kind of Terminator vibes to it. How she's talking, she's like a Sarah Connor kind of thing, and narrating about how they're overtaking and destroying the world. It kind of very much mirrors like Terminator sort of thing, but instead of these Skynet made machines that are killing people, they've come from outer space. And so yeah, there's small pockets of resistance. It kind of jumps around a bit. So we see them kind of like battling, trying to obviously like survive. There's a scene with a young woman. She's got all these basically these grenades, these explosives strapped to her. The aliens, they've basically rewired this one guy. He looks pretty funky now with all this stuff on him, and it's like he's just saying, come, they have this sanctuary, it's wonderful, lovely. Yeah, they all know this is bullshit. So this one woman wants to go there, but they realise she's got explosives and shoot her, and she just explodes. But then there's these people kind of, they've set a booby trap. So these two lizard alien things and this kind of talking mouthpiece, this almost like a zombie kind of human is like walking along, and they all explode when they hit this thing. And yeah, so like right at the end of you said this first act, we have this guy is about to shoot himself in his head, and he kind of sees this almost like this angel thing appear. And then we go to the next act. So we're focusing on like the pocket of resistance, and it's actually led by a character called Jasper, which is Sigourney Weaver. Now I don't know if this has anything to do with the cancelled Alien. I don't really know how far Blomkamp, how far his story got within if it was ever going to take off, or if it was just all fans clamoring for it. He had this idea. If the studios were ever going to do anything, I really don't know. But it, like, there is that connection with like Sigourney Weaver. It's like, did she do this to help him get the alien, or was this oh, you didn't get alien, but maybe I could do this with you? I really don't know if there's any basis for that. But she's this character of Jasper, so she's like this leader. She's almost like the John Connor sort of thing. And yeah, so well, they're also during this, like they're explaining that they kind of control the minds as well. These aliens, so they're putting these head things on to stop them controlling. And there's one pyromaniac character who loves making explosives and stuff like that. And they're talking about him. They're focusing on him, and that's when we meet Sigourney for the first time. And he was kind of focused on the first act. They're talking about him a lot, and then she meets him. He wants basically he wants bait, because he wants to make this huge kind of bomb sort of thing, and he wants to suck more of the aliens in. So he wants like people as bait sort of thing. He's just kind of nutter, and then she's not going to agree with that, so she leaves. And that's the last we see of him, which is kind of strange. That's kind of like that avenue of the story ends. And so we're going back to the base, and there's this one particular character. He's been experimented on. So he's got all this kind of hardware attached to him, and the alien kind of DNA, and what would you call it? It's kind of, it all moves around. Like when you see the aliens, there's all this rippling of the skin. It's like this kind of substance, and it's like he has this substance on him as well, and stuff like that. And basically they're seeing as these kind of, well, our character of Sarah, she sees these as kind of special people, like that they have the ability to see the future, or she believes that they have the ability to see the future, that they have this inner ability to survive. Like, basically, well, I think the numbers was like 1 in 10 million or something of these experimented people survive. And so they're she's kind of heralding them as something extremely special. But anyway, she's like, we have this kind of split kind of thing where she's talking to this guy. She's like, what do you see? What's the future? Tell me what you see. And at the same time, he sees Sigourney Weaver with her crew. They shoot down this one ship, and they're chasing this one alien. One guy gets kind of attacked by it, and so it takes mind control over him, and then he's shooting at his own team, so then they have to kill him. Then they'll keep getting the monster and cutting its head off. And then it kind of, when it's about to start the third act, it's kind of, that's when the credits roll. And from what I can tell, I couldn't see that there's any second part. So it kind of finishes in a strange bit. Like I said, at the start, it's going in one direction, focusing on one character, and then they suddenly drop that character and it goes in a slightly different direction. But I mean, so it finishes like, we don't know what happens to humanity. We don't know if this one where that our Sarah Connor character is talking to him, if he ever says, you're all doomed, or if it's like, I haven't got a clue, or what. He doesn't actually say anything. And then it kind of just finishes once they kill this one alien. It's kind of a strange one. It's very much, like I said, it's kind of like District 9 reimagined. Terminator movie, Terminator kind of story reimagined in the idea of District 9 sort of thing, kind of all molded together, kind of what you might expect. So the Zygote one that I've also seen, that's quite different, like how that story goes. That's what's the name? Is it Dakota Fanning? I think is in that one. Yeah, so he manages to get these big names. So anyway, Rakka, it's worth a watch. It is worth a watch. It kind of loses its thread a little bit at times, like I've clearly mentioned, but it's still a good watch. It's like the very first time I saw District 9. What's it called? I don't know if it's actually called District 9, the short. I can't remember. but I saw that before I saw District 9 and before it was available to watch. I hadn't seen it at the cinema. I was waiting to get the physical release of it, and I was like blown away by that short. And then that was made into a movie. I was like, wow, that's such a fantastic. I love District 9. I've not seen it for a few years actually. Should get back to watching that. And it's like this one, it's like, is this like another view kind of? It feels very much like a Terminator movie. But it's a fantastic job that they do. It looks great, sounds great, it's well scripted out, even though it loses its thread. It's an enjoyable watch. It's only like 20 minutes long. So yeah, I highly recommend that you guys check this out and check the other ones out. I'm not sure how many are from, and how many productions are from this Oats studio, or if it's even still running. But it's something that I maybe do like a mini series of on BodyBags. It's like every time we have our open reviews, maybe for a few weeks, I'll just go through these studios. So next time it's the random review, maybe I'll go to this Saiga and kind of review that one. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.